Okay, welcome to the first installment of Those Red Pill Guys. What are they going to say next? Apparently, I have to be the voice of reason because no one else is going to say the shit that I'm about to say. So here we go. By the way, if you enjoyed this, before we get started here, if you enjoy this, please subscribe to the channel. Also, subscribe to Access Vegas. I'm going to do a series of short clip style videos, I guess some short form videos, and try to stay timely on some of these topics that still relates to those red pill guys. So the first thing I'm going to talk about today on this one is Margot Robbie. Boy, is she in the news today. Trending on Twitter. Let's just see really quickly how many people are talking about this. Where'd it go? Boy, everybody wants a piece of Margot Robbie because apparently it's been decided that she is going to be the new face of Barbie. Here we have Margot Robbie. How old is she in this? What, 25? About maybe 23? Nah, she's got to be 24, 25. This is her in her prime. Would you say, Glenn, would you say she's in her prime? I would say so.
Yeah.
All right, so she's in her prime right here. And there's a lot of red pill lessons to learn in all of this. So this is Robbie, and certainly in her, let's say, party years, because I would be remiss if I called it the hoe phase.
Can we call it like the cooch shot?
The cooter shot, the cooter phase.
The cooter
yes.
phase.
All right. So here we have Margot Robbie, very attractive. This is her in Wolf of Wall Street. Oddly enough, Jonah Hill also in Wolf of Wall Street. No, we'll get to that next. So now apparently the uproar is that she's been cast as the lead role for the new Barbie film, and there you have a 33-year-old Margot Robbie, and you can see, I mean, she is still good looking. So don't this is not a good looking versus not good looking thing. Okay, she's still, for her age, for that time, she's definitely objectively attractive. She is certainly well above the average, well above the threshold. Let's just say for being
definitely weighs less than 170 pounds.
Definitely, I was gonna say she's she's not the average woman, which is what, 170 pounds, 5'8", and more or less looks like a beach ball. So, objectively speaking, statistically, yes, Margot Robbie is a very attractive woman. Can women look good well into their 30s, into their 40s? Yes, they can. Okay, that's not what this uproar is about. This whole thing is about a casting of a type. And so I'm going to defer to my good friend, let's see, where is he? Kilt a Party is on here somewhere. Damn it, I had him called up just a minute ago. Let's see. Kilt a Party, my good friend Billy Buck. What the hell is his name?
Billy Buster?
No, not Billy Buster. God damn it, I had it just here a second ago. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. All right, Bad Billy Pratt. Thank you for your contributions. Which I'm about to read, and I need my other glasses for this. So let me start screwing around. All right. Could you find a hotter girl than Margot Robbie by clicking through Instagram for a few minutes, or on a college campus, or in any sorority house? More or less, you probably could. So that's the lead here. He buries the lead in this very long thread about Margot Robbie and the uproar that's going on about whether or not Margot Robbie is objectively hot, or if she's not. Margot Robbie, hot or not? Here we go. Margot Robbie was cast as Barbie because she isn't pretty enough to alienate a female audience. A polarizing take that landed at number 2 on Twitter's trending topics and made half of the users base lose their effing minds. Let's talk about why. Here we go. Here it is. There are 110,000 tweets about Margot Robbie. That's not in the millions, but that's still pretty decent for the United States trends, and it's trending in number 2 for movies and TV. Here we go. Casting the role of Barbie is specific. Barbie is an archetypal California girl, tan, blonde, and thin. Okay, the epitome of the bikini-clad bimbo hotness. I don't know if I would use the term bimbo, but I get where he's going with this.
What do you think about this picture?
Yeah, she's not too bad, but is that Barbie, though? Maybe. That's Barbie after she's
a mom.
After she's a mom. Maybe. Can you find out if Margot Robbie has had kids?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder. All right, here we go. There were other actresses who better fit the bill, but the studio chose an aging Margot Robbie. Okay, and again, she is not a bad-looking girl, right? There are plenty of women who even, like, we have women on Access Vegas that are even hotter than Margot Robbie, I would argue, okay? Now, pointing out that a 33-year-old Margot Robbie didn't fit the bill for a real-life Barbie doll, enraged female Twitter users who called the criticism unhinged, and those who agreed both gay and incel. Yes, both. If you have anything bad to say about Margot Robbie, you are officially an incel, you are gay, you can't get as hot, you are a, let's say, basement-dwelling, troll who couldn't get a hot chick if he tried. And of course, we have a good take from our good friend Lauren Southern, who is now divorced. Here's her take. Unhinged take. If you ever get it in your head that Margot Robbie isn't the top 5% of conventionally attractive women, log off, go outside for a walk, say hello to a normal-looking female, return and correct yourself. Okay, Lauren, how about this? You go take a walk from the TSA section of the Las Vegas airport and walk to your gate and see all the normal women between the TSA and the gate. Have a look at all the chicks that you're there for. Oh boy. Oh, she does have kids. She's got 2 kids.
She has 2 kids.
And she's married.
And she's
Married 2 kids.
So she's Barbie MILF.
Barbie MILF. Why can't we just say Barbie MILF? Oh man, that should be the title of the video. We should have named the title Barbie MILF. Okay, so she's coming down. Our good friend, Lauren Southern, friend of the show, right? Okay, then we have, is Margot Robbie still in the top 5% of conventionally attractive women at 33 years of age, 33 years old, 2 kids, married, okay? Does she fit the bill? Does she fit the Barbie bill? Is beauty immutable, or does sexual attraction diminish with age? By the way, if you're watching Access Vegas tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern time, this question will be asked of our panel, of the girls who are on our panel, okay? Is beauty immutable, or does sexual attraction diminish with age? And this is really the crux of all of this, okay? Could you find a hotter girl than Margot Robbie by clicking through Instagram for a few minutes, or on a college campus, or in any sorority house? Objectively, I would say, yes, you probably could. Women took the criticism of Robbie personally. If the consensus most beautiful is criticized, every woman under her in the pecking order feels insulted. Now, I don't know who this person is. Princess something or other. Princess, here you go. Here's your free attention. I want to punch every dude who calls Margot Robbie mid in the nut sack. If she's mid, the rest of us women should just give the fuck up now. And by mid, like, what does mid stand for, right? Is that like middle age? Is that mid? Like it's just sort of average. She's mid, average at best, right? I mean, would that be a Kevin Samuels thing? Now, that, by the way, this is in response to our good friend Ryan Stone from Rule Zero, dropping truth bombs about how Margot Robbie is mid. Well, boy, did that also achieve the desired effect. Okay. Kelly Kapoor in The Office explained this issue when deciding if Hilary Swank was hot or not. If you insult a consensus beauty, all women feel the burn. Here we go. This is Kelly Kapoor's quote. No, no, no. She's hot, okay? Because if you are saying Hilary Swank isn't hot, then you are saying that I am not hot, because obviously I am not as hot as Hilary Swank. That's the goal. That's why this is trending. That's why women have a really big problem with this, all right? An aging Margot Robbie was chosen for Barbie because she's pretty, but not so young and hot as to alienate women. She is a diversity hire. She is, if you have a problem with a let's say a mulatto, light-skinned black girl playing the role of the Little Mermaid, if you are outraged because this is some sort of cultural appropriation, you also must be outraged that Margot Robbie was chosen for the role of Barbie.
All right, you ready to see this? Top 30 hottest actresses. This is according to IMDb.
Top 30 hottest actresses. Hayden Panettiere?
Number 1.
You gotta be sure.
Diane Aragon. Pierce, Emily, Kelly Pickler.
Brie Olson. Brie Olson is number 7 on the hottest chicks in Hollywood. Every single one. Look, okay,
Brie
good.
Larson.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I was going to say Brie Larson is on there. So let's go. 10 is Megan Tandy. Let's just go back from 10. Just go back from 10. We don't care anybody after 10, right?
Well,
Hayden Panettiere
is 22 on the list.
So yes, yeah, number 22 on IMDb. Oh boy. And again, I hate this because like she is attractive. She's a smoke show. She's always been a smoke show. It's okay. And guys are just like, and of course, then you've got the other side of this whole debate, which guys are going to go, she was never hot. I was never into her. She's got fake boobs. She looks fake, blah, blah, blah. And then, and then like, of course, then that triggers the opposite side, which says, oh, well, you couldn't get a girl that hot anyways. So it's like this sort of middle school back and forth. And in the middle of all of this are women who are outraged because if she's mid, what does that make them? That's really the point. Now, let's continue. When Paris Hilton, who actually resembled Barbie, first gained fame, women hated her for being too skinny at the time when when that look was the most desired. Now then, Margot Robbie was the safe choice for a role that required a beautiful, sexually attractive woman, but one who wasn't too beautiful or too sexually attractive, which has been the Hollywood way for decades now. When was the last time we have seen a true blonde bombshell like Marilyn Monroe? Like, let's see, what's her name?
How about Barbie Blank?
Barbie Blank. Her name is actually Barbie.
71. Number 71 on the hot.
I know. Where is what's Baywatch girl?
Oh, you talking about Carmen Electra, or are you talking about
No.
what's her name?
I know I'm blocking on it right now.
Damn it.
Gotta go look it up. God
Kim?
damn.
No.
It's
Pamela Anderson.
Pamela Anderson. Yeah, God damn it. How do we not know that? Has it been that long? So as far as the blonde bombshell thing is, it's inappropriate to bring that up. It's wrong. You're wrong for talking about that. Wrong.
See Tommy? 99?
Tomi Lahren, you are the 99th most hottest chick on the IMDb. How do you like that, Tommy? That's on you. Oh boy. Tomi Lahren, call me. Those are rookie numbers. We gotta get those numbers up. We gotta get those numbers up, Tommy. Yes, yeah, we're gonna get you up there. And you know what? Objectively speaking, Tomi Lahren would probably make a better Barbie than Margot Robbie. You know, sorry, not sorry, right? But that's the way it goes. And then, of course, now I cannot wait. Oh boy, you know what, Tommy? I know you're gonna watch this because I know you love me. When you watch this, but I want to also throw this out there that I am more than willing to debate the agency of women's sexual market value with anyone who has a problem with this. So Lauren Chen, no problem. Sydney Watson, come to Vegas. I'll come to you even for this one. Trying to think who else was coming at me. Lauren Southern. I would love to sit across the table from you and debate this. Oh, I know who it was. Allie Beth Stuckey. Allie Beth was just livid. Good Christian Blaze, Allie from the Blaze, Allie Beth Stuckey, who used to be part of PragerU of all things. Man, she was livid at all of this. And swear word after expletive. And wow, Allie. If you want to come on the show, I'll be happy to talk to you about it. I'll also be happy to debate it on your show if you'd like to. But here's the long and the short of all this. It gets back to so many different red pill points that I have talked about over the ages here. And one of those is that women's their sexual value is intimately tied to their sexual agency, or their agency is in life. I have a hashtag that is an infamous hashtag now. It's called They Always Get Naked. And the reason why I do this is because at every instance, at every time we see something like this on Twitter, something is trending, there's a new protest, there is a new cover of a magazine. For instance, Jennifer Aniston posing nude in front of Glamour or whatever the hell the magazine is. Whenever women want to feel, quote unquote, empowered, they take their clothes off. Why do they take their clothes off? Because they know on some level of consciousness that their first best agency in life is their sexuality.
Did you see
that sexuality decays over time? Sorry, go ahead.
Did you see Martha Stewart on the swimsuit magazine?
No.
They got 70-year-old Martha Stewart on us. You want me to pull it up?
Yeah. She was and she took her clothes off.
Yeah, she got naked. So it's just like, even in your 70s, these hoes are still getting naked.
And here's the thing: it's like, it's not that they're not hot or they are hot, whatever. That's that's on them. Then let them do it. But why is that the first impulse? Guys who want to feel empowered, guys who want to like have some sort of like good feelings about themselves. You know what we have to do? We have to bust our ass to get to that point. We have to work. We have to perform to get to that. That's fine. We don't, unless you're Sterling Cooper, I'm sure you don't take your clothes off to feel empowered. It's this, as if it's some sort of flex on other women. If women want attention at a protest, they take their clothes off. If women want to go marching down the street to protest, I don't know, save the fucking whales, go vegan, PETA, whatever the hell it is, whatever the latest, whatever the latest, grift is, whatever the latest outrage is, their first impulse is to take off their tops.
Question for you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
So if they don't like to be objectified by their beauty, why do they keep on talking about that they're still beautiful?
Right.
It's like a cognitive dissonance, right? Like they know that their beauty is their agency, and they're saying, we still got it past 30.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. Now, I'm glad you brought that up. That's another point here. So when women get beyond the age of 18 to 28, the 29 to 30 to 31 demographic, that's the epiphany phase. That's when it's like, oh my God, I better get my shit together. I better find a man. I better get right with God. I better start living my life right. I better start looking for the long term. And what we have effectively done in the marketing age is turn it out so that women can feel like they still got it, right? Or that they can outlive their sexual market value years. So when we look objectively at women, and Margot Robbie, perfect example of this. When we look at the peak years for women, it's, as I said in my second book, but all throughout my work, right around 22, 23, 24 years old. Well, look, lo and behold, here you have let's just say a 23-year-old Margot Robbie is objectively hotter than a 33-year-old Margot Robbie. This is a fact, that 10-year gap right there. This is a fact that women don't want to be reminded of. They don't like that. I understand. I get it, ladies. But it's not that you can't stay hot. It's not that even Margot Robbie is mid or she's not mid. It's the reminder that your sexual agency and the power that you have with that, the agency that comes from your sexuality, that is decaying. It's perishable. It decays over time. You are replaced by a new, hotter model every 10 years or so. That's why you go through the epiphany phase. That's why you look back, and that's why they call the store Forever 21, not Forever 41. There's a reason they did that, because every year after 21, 22, 23, those are the years that you're looking back to. That's why Allie Beth Stuckey's pissed off. That's why Lauren Southern is pissed off. That's why every chick that has a problem with those red pill guys presenting a fact, it's not that they're wrong, it's that you don't like the flavor of the truth. Now, if you have a problem with women or men in women's sports, if you have like biological men winning, I don't know what, Olympic swimming in the women's division, if you have a problem with that, you should also have a problem with this casting, because by order of degree, it is the same effing thing. So if you're going to say, well, we're going to pretend that this man is a woman and that man can go now compete in female sports, you're also saying that Margot Robbie, you don't want to hear it, is objectively less hot at 33 than she was at 23. Should she be able to play that role? Do you think for 1 minute that they will not digitize her in that movie to make her look objectively younger? Not older, younger. There's a reason why the cosmetic agent or the cosmetic industry is a multi-billion-dollar juggernaut. And that is not based on the fact that those cosmetics are designed to make women look older. It's meant to make them look younger. That's why. Sorry, it's unfair. I get it. Sometimes reality and life is unfair. Sometimes it sucks. It sucks to be a guy. It sucks to be men. It sucks to be women as well, depending on what we're talking about. In this case, it's a reminder that you're not going to be as hot at 33 as you were at 23. And that is a depreciation in your sexual agency, which in most cases, for most women, they realize it is their only source or their first best source of agency and power in this life. So the outrage has less to do about Margot Robbie, whether or not she can play the role, but it's a reminder of the fact that your sexual market value is a depreciating, perishable, decaying asset. Can you prolong that? Yes. Can you still look hot at 42? Yes, you still can. But you're not going to be as hot at 42 as you were at 22. It's a simple math equation that we don't want to talk about. We don't want to. In fact, just by bringing it up, and the guys in the red pill who have brought it up or pointed it out, it's a very unflattering, very painful fact of life for women. I get it. And the reason why women have such a problem with it is simply because they conflate their personal value as a human being with their sexual market value. So if you say, well, you're not as hot as you were at 23 as you are at 33 as you were at 23, that's a personal affront. It means I am much more valuable. Is this her?
This is her at 23 years old in The Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
All right.
23.
Yep.
In Wolf of Wall Street. She was 23.
Yes, she was worth
perfect decade that I'm a shining example of all this. And then if we move to her at 33 years old, we can get, now again, nothing against her. She's like a good actress. She's been Harley Quinn. There's a reason they cast her as Harley Quinn. There's a reason that they put her in Suicide Squad. She was hot. That's why they wanted a hot, crazy chick, and she fit the bill. Could she play Harley Quinn now? Maybe. As a single mother of two, Harley Quinn.
Margot Robbie, 33 years old, right here.
Attractive. Hot,
she's still hot.
Good looking. No problem there. No problem whatsoever.
But she can't compete.
But is she a good casting for Barbie?
Would Margot Robbie at 23 be a better casting for Barbie than Margot Robbie at 33? Perfect. So the whole problem is she's competing with her former self. That's why we're saying this. It's not that she's not hot or that she can't be a Barbie or that she would never have been a Barbie. She's just not the Barbie that she could have been if she did it at 23.
And by the way, that, and again, perfect example. That is why this is so agitating to women online right now, because it is a reminder of that. If she's mid, then what does that make me? That doesn't make you worthless. That doesn't make you not hot. That doesn't make you not fuckable. That does not make you anything, right? But it's just simply pointing out a fact.
It just makes you not
as hard as Margot Robbie at 33.
Okay, now, so let's look at all this other stuff that's surrounding this right now. So number one is, if you have a problem with the black cast or the light-skinned girl and light-skinned black girl on the Little Mermaid, if you had a problem with, especially trad, and by the way, traditional femmes, tradcon women, you are just as feminist as the lefties, the progressives, whatever you want to freaking call them. You're especially when it comes to subject and topics like this. I am seeing them lock arms right now. The sisterhood, uber alles, the sisterhood above everything. It doesn't matter what your political stripe is, what your religious stripe is, what your ideology is. When Margot Robbie is called mid, all y'all come together and lock arms, and it's like, fuck all y'all, basement dwelling incel, homosexuals who, let's see what your girlfriends look like. That's not the point.
Oh, you're talking about like some of the guys that like hide their wives that all of a sudden want to come out and talk about their wives?
We'll definitely get into that one here in just a moment. But no, I want to, before we get there, this also proves my point about the sisterhood uber alles. I have said in the past that if you were to put, like, say, Gretchen Carlson or like, I'm trying to think, name the what's her name from MSNBC? One who looks like a 12-year-old boy.
The one with the spiked hair.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy chick.
Oh, God damn it.
I know her name.
Rachel Maddow.
Yeah,
Rachel Maddow. If you took Rachel Maddow and you took like Jedi Bila, right? Well, I mean, not Jedi, but like if you took like the most Tommy Lahren. Name a conservative talk show like a Fox News pundit who's female. You put them together on the same show and they will fight like cats and dogs, ideologically, whatever. You say Margot Robbie is mid to both of them, they're like, how dare you? Suddenly it's attacking the sisterhood, and we all got to lock arms and close ranks and fight those red pill guys for pointing out the unflattering truth that Margot Robbie at 33 is not as hot and is not as playable as the character of Barbie that she was at 23.
Now, do you want to throw a bone at them, though? Here's a question. The guys that are spurging out, right? We know that most of them would even get their 80%ers. They would even get the attention of Margot Robbie to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, well, although that they're saying is true, they're still not even in the spectrum to be noticed by these girls.
No, of course not. Of course not. And that's what also agitates the women too, because it's like what they think is basement dwelling, living at mom's house trolls calling out, what is it? What somebody called Ryan Stone some triple chinned, like slovenly, like Quasimodo or something like that, saying that. So what does your opinion matter? Well, is it true? Or is it not true? It doesn't matter who's saying it. Is it true or is it not true? Is it objectively true? The objective fact is that, and again, she might be Mother Teresa. I don't care. The role is being cast. And by the way, ladies, I would be offended if I were you too, especially hot. Like if you're hot and you're in that demographic, I would be offended too, simply because you're being pandered to. You're being pandered to saying, oh, it's okay. You still got it going on. And this also gets back to another point that I've made over the years, which is anything that convinces women that they have more time on the clock with their sexual market value will always be promoted in Hollywood. It will always be advertised. It will always be the next cosmetic, the next self-help, the next drug that you have to take. Anything that convinces women that their sexual market value is evergreen will always be promoted in it, because that's the biggest really insecurity that women have, is aging out of the sexual marketplace. When you have Paulina Porizakova complaining and crying about the fact that it's ageism, and she's 57 and whatever, and she still looks, she's thin, she looks good at 57, but you're 57. You're not going to compete with your body at 27. That's the issue. Not that people are trying to make you feel bad, and that, it's the idea that we can like have it all and remain as sexy and vivacious and available as possible throughout right up until they're 60, 70, 80 years old.
Now, do women inflate their value or their worth or their sexiness with their maturity? Well, I'm not that young, dumb girl anymore. I bring quality. I'm a quality woman now. That should make me sexy too, right?
Because as sexual market value declines, there has to be value added. I'm not as hot as I was. And there's that statement, well, I'm more mature. I'm more comfortable in my skin. I know what I want now. I don't want those bad boys that I was so crazy in my college days. I don't want that jerk anymore. I want a real man who knows how to handle a real woman, men are afraid of mature, powerful, independent women. Well, I guess they would have to be, because they're probably less forthcoming than they used to be when you were younger. There's a reason for that, okay? Your sexual market value decays over time. That's just how it works. Can you do things to forestall that? Yes, you can. But again, as I said before, anything that is a reminder of that is offensive, particularly in a gynocentric social order that is online, it is ever present, and you 24/7 on Twitter, on Instagram, on social media, all the time. So when I am talking about how, the joke, of course, is, they call the store Forever 21, not Forever 41. The reason behind that is because that's the age at which women are always looking back to. They want to appear younger. They're not trying to appear older. If women were more valuable as they are older, at least in the sexual market value sense, then you would find that there would be a niche, or there would be some sort of division in cosmetics that help make younger women look older. Somebody find me that cosmetic line. So show me how successful that is. It's simple math. It's simple reality. It's simple evolution. Men are attracted to youth and beauty and fertility. That's how it works. Women know this. That's why you go to great pains to make yourself look younger. Even at 57 years old, even at 60 years old, even at 80 years old, you're still putting on makeup. Not because you're trying to get laid, but because you still want to harken back to those days when you could get laid. That's the whole thing. Now, here's the other part of this is you can't tell the truth. You can't tell an objective fact without telling people how to feel about that fact. And when you don't tell them how to feel about that fact, they will interject their own feelings. And that's really what's happening with Allie Beth Stuckey, with Lauren Chen, with Lauren Southern, with Sydney Watson. I'm trying to think of all the people who have just lost their shit over this. It's a reminder, and it doesn't taste good. You know what else sucks? It sucks when a guy gets to be about 36 years old and he hasn't done jack shit with his life, right? Same thing. And guys don't want to be reminded of that. What do we got? Yeah. Why is it that these filters exist in the first place? Why is this a thing? We can go for what am I looking at here? Now is this filter or is this like makeup?
No, that's makeup, bro. That's before and after makeup. It's like this is what you look like normally on the right. Mm-hmm. But when you know your sexual market value is about your beauty, mm-hmm. you do this to yourself on the left. It's like, then you know, there's an expiration date.
Yes. Well, and I think that's probably something that women understand from a very early age.
But they don't want to hear it, right?
They don't want to hear that, or they don't see the forest for the trees, or they don't want to. Certainly don't want to be reminded of that. So when we're talking about youth, beauty, fertility, there's a reason why we have cosmetics. They always have. There's nothing. Ladies, please keep wearing cosmetics. I'm not telling you not to, okay? What's going to happen is after this video and on all the comments, let me just head you off at the pass here, children. I know what you're going to say. Well, what does he want us to do? Stop wearing makeup? Don't think in binary terms. That's not what this whole thing is about. It's just a reminder. And there's a lot of red pill lessons to be learned in all of this. So we've already covered, fertility, youth, and beauty. We've already covered Margot Robbie being mid. We've already covered the fact that the outrage around it is sort of like uniting women of all political and ideological and religious stripes, because how dare you remind the sisterhood of our inconsistencies? How dare you remind us of this reality? I'm not saying this. I'm not doing this video. The guys who are tweeting right now are not doing this because we take some sort of particular glee in all of this. But we do hold up a mirror. Those red pill guys hold up a mirror, and apparently you don't want to look into it. So let me forestall you right now. Let's see his wife. Let's see his girl. Let's see these guys' wives. Show me the receipts. Where are your bikini models? That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, and it doesn't change the truth. That is not an argument. That is not a counter to this.
Isn't that just a deflection?
That's where the shame comes in. And I'm even seeing formerly red pill guys who have hid their wives and hid their children for a very long time, trying to lock arms with the little ladies right now. And we see the white knights really come out of the woodwork right now.
But isn't that just a deflection? Well, prove your wife is hot. What does it matter? It's a deflection. It's just trying to deflect from the conversation.
Immaterial to the point being made.
Yeah.
And it's not being made to hurt women's feelings. It's just, if anything, your feelings should be hurt by the fact that a Hollywood that produces movies that intentionally pander to the insecurities of women, they're the ones you should be pissed off at, not the guys who are showing you what is objectively true, what is happening, and you don't want to see it. And trad femmes, conservatives, all these guys who used to be red pill and now you don't want to be red pill anymore, guess what? You're part of the problem. That's the problem. You want to fight against the Matrix? Don't look at this guy. Look at the Hollywood moguls who are telling you that Margot Robbie should be Barbie. Yeah, if you had a problem with miscasting of, let's see, a black woman as what, Marie Antoinette, I'm trying to think of some other, like, where we're doing like sort of like either gender swaps or we're doing like racial swaps. If you have a problem with that, you should have a problem with Margot Robbie as well.
Hey, don't we know a blonde that like just won a bikini contest? She's in her 20s.
Yes.
She just did like this
Maya,
black tape.
Maya, you should be Barbie.
Thank you.
You are Barbie.
She should have been Barbie. Why didn't they cast her?
And she could probably act it just as well.
Yeah.
Right? It's Barbie, for fuck's sake. It's a plastic doll from Mattel in the 1960s, okay?
Like, don't you think they got to have way better options?
God, this is it's more than a man can take. If you're gonna like have a problem with guys watching sports, like sports ball and NFL and basketball or whatever, if you're like, could say, well, those guys just run around, they're high paid, and they just run around after a little ball all day long. If that's the thing, you should also have a problem with the fact that they're making a movie and all this controversy and all this bullshit that's coming up over Margot Robbie being Barbie. It's a distraction. It's meant to distract you, because just like you think that the NFL is fake, guess what? Barbie is plastic. Malibu Skipper is plastic. Ken is fucking plastic. Okay, all of that stuff. It's nostalgia, and on top of that, Hollywood is trying to play on the nostalgia factor. Oh, remember Barbie? How about we make a movie about it? Awesome. You're being spoon-fed bullshit. Stop it.
They make Barbie trans.
And canceled. Well, the thing of it, the long and short of it is that you're being pandered to. If you have a problem with the red pill guys, the problem is not with the red pill guys. Your problem is the objective truth of what they're saying. So if you're going to have a counter to that, then say something. Then say something. If you have a counter argument, if you have a real debate, no problem. But if you say, well, look, you got a long hair and you're old. Look at you. You couldn't get a girl that as hot as Margot Robbie. Maybe, maybe not. It just depends on what we're talking about. But the long and short, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Is it right or is it wrong? You could go and defend women all day long. I love this shit because I got all these guys who were formerly red pill. Now suddenly they're playing sneaky fucker game. The same game that they criticize other guys, male feminists. You're basically a male feminist right now, guys.
They're playing the nice guy game.
Playing the nice guy, white knight. Hey, you, leave her alone.
Captain Save-A-Ho.
Yeah. How dare you? You're a disgrace to the manosphere. You're a disgrace to the, give me their badge. Turn in your man card. Turn in your man card.
Aren't they being more of a disservice to those women? They're being dishonest to them. So they're misleading these women, and they're setting these women up for failure.
You want to say, I love this. Thank you, Glenn Lawrence. The same guys who want to hold women accountable, the same who have done so, made a big grift off of it for the last 2 years in the manosphere. We're going to hold women accountable. These delusional women, you put delusional and woman in the title of any YouTube video, you are guaranteed to get hits because it attracts that kind. And you guys, the same guys who are making these delusional women videos are all the same ones who jump to women's defense when we call Aunt Margot Robbie mid. What changed? I don't know. Maybe it's the election cycle. Maybe it's that the red pill and the manosphere is like pivoting towards this traditional conservative, this new, we're fight degeneracy, right? Well, you can fight degeneracy all day long, but you're still helping and aiding and abetting and encouraging and rewarding the delusions women hold by jumping to their defense, by becoming Captain Save-A-Ho, by becoming the sneaky fuck. You're a cuttlefish. You are a male feminist and no better than a male feminist. Check yourself before you start coming at these guys. And that's another thing that's going on. Maybe we'll catch this in the next video, but just in brief, the new sort of anti-red pill rhetoric that's going on by the same guys who made a damn good living off of it for the last 2 years. Duly noticed and duly noted. Your names are now in the book. We know who's for real and who's about this and who's not right now. So when all this is over, when the election cycle is done, and you want to come back to the manosphere, fuck you. So anyways, that'll be it. Watch for the next one, Access Vegas. We're going to talk about this topic tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. See you then.